Hey everybody, it's Zach from Myshire Farm, and we are back again with another video to help you on your journey with Coturnix quail and becoming more self-sufficient. In this video, we are going to continue our discussion on quail for profit. We are doing a playlist on this on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm. If you go to our channel and go to the tab that says playlist, there is a playlist on there called, you guessed it, Quail for Profit. In that playlist, we are trying to help educate, encourage, and enthuse and support you on your journey with Coturnix quail and starting or continuing your profitable quail business. Today, we're going to talk about live quail. Before I do that, if you will be so kind to hit the like button on this video and support our channel, I would greatly appreciate it. It makes me feel better, which is very important to me. Also, it helps get the word out about how wonderful quail are, as well as gets our channel out there so that we can talk to more people. And everybody is doing a fantastic job. Our YouTube channel is growing exponentially, and it is thanks to you. So thank you very much. If you find this video informative, educational, whatever the case may be, please subscribe to the channel as we have a ton of videos coming your way, and make sure you hit that bell icon. That bell icon, you'll hit all, and that will give you notifications on your phone or tablet or whatever when we post new videos or when we go live, because we go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on our YouTube channel for a live question and answer. So you ask the questions and I do my very best to help you on your journey with Coturnix quail, whether that's housing or colors or breeding or business or whatever the case may be. I will do my very best to help you on your journey. I think I've bored you enough, so let's get into the topic at hand, which is quail for profit. Today we're going to talk about live sales. Now, I've mentioned it in previous videos. I'm going to mention it in this video. I will probably mention it in the next video. But local sales is where it's at. Local sales is very, very important for your foundation. I've said in a previous video that our local sales are 33% of our business. We ship over 600,000 eggs a year, and 33% of our business is local sales. It is very important to have a strong foothold in your local community. So we're going to talk about live sales, live quail sales. We're going to talk about chicks, teens, breeders, males, how you can sell them, why you should sell them, and who you're going to be selling them to. So this video is going to be a little long, but there's going to be a lot of valuable information, I think, for you to take and be profitable with. So hit the like button, support the channel. I'd appreciate it. Let's talk about chicks, shall we? So I don't like telling everybody how much they should sell them for, because every market is different. We sell our chicks for local pickup only. They do not ship. We never ship chicks, as they're just way too heat dependent, and I don't feel comfortable with it. So we only do local sales or local pickup for chick sales, but it can be any customer that buys chicks. But I've looked at our numbers, and these are the type of customers that are buying chicks. Young people that are interested in 4-H or getting involved with 4-H, things like that. So 4-H groups, people starting out. So they're just getting started. They don't want a huge startup fee. You know, they don't want to buy an incubator. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They just want to start with chicks and start growing them. So they're brand new. And people that are starting out that are very unsure about the incubation process, and they think that it would be a little bit easier to do it this way. So there's less startup cost if you're doing chicks rather than eggs. However, chicks, again, are very heat dependent. They're very needy for the first couple of days. So you got to keep that in mind. And it's usually, not always, usually new people. So you need to spend extra time with them to help them, because the last thing you want to do is sell them 20, 50, 100 chicks. They take them home, and the next day they call and say, I've only got 2 alive. That's not helping anybody. you're gonna feel bad. You need to replace them. They feel defeated already. So we need to give them as much information as possible. And like I've said in, I believe, our second video, our goal is to help educate, encourage, and enthuse others to become self-sufficient in the wonderful world of quail. And to do that, we need to educate the people that are buying the chicks. So keep that in mind. Like I said, we sell ours for $2, but I have 4 or 5 customers. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I should have written it down, and I apologize. I've got 4 or 5 customers that what they do is they've got a much higher market than where I'm at. So they sell their chicks anywhere from $4 to $8 a chick, and they sell out every week. So instead of raising all of these birds, what they do is they buy hatching eggs from me for 60 cents to $1. Usually it's the 60-cent range chicks, and they will hatch these out and sell them for $4, $6, $8 a piece, and then just hatch again. Then they're not raising males, they're not raising hens, they're not buying cages. They got an incubator and they're taking pre-orders, and that's it. I think that's a fantastic way to start. And if you are thinking about starting your business, I honestly think that that's a great way to start building your business without having a huge startup cost. You don't have to worry about cages. You don't have to worry about times cleaning the cages. You don't have to worry about breeding. You just start that way, and then you start building your own breeders. So I thought that was really good. Also, with chick sales, majority of the time, about 6 out of 10 times, they really like a mixture of colors. Now that's gonna change in a couple minutes, so stay tuned. But as far as chicks go, they like to pick out their own, which is good, but they like to do a mix of colors, which is also good. So if you're going to do chick sales, it's best to do mixed colors. Now, I've recommended, and I will always recommend, that if you're starting out with quail, you should always get a jumbo variety. Jumbo wilds, jumbo whites, jumbo Egyptians, or jumbo white wings. Those are the best for meat and egg production. However, if you're just gonna do chick sales, honestly, you're gonna sell more with mixed colors because that's what a lot of chick customers like. I hope that answered all the questions on the chick sales, and you will just have to dive in and find out what your market will hold for the price point on that. Next is teens. So on our website, which you can check out at myshirefarm.com, we sell teens, rare teens, breeder sets, and all male sets, and all female sets. Now we're gonna talk about the teens for just a second. We sell teens at 3 weeks old. So once they're 3 weeks, they either go in the freezer for reptile or falconry, or we use them for breeders, one way or the other. But after 3 weeks, we no longer sell them. Sometimes we go to 4 depending on the weather. But at 3 to 4 weeks, we sell teens. These are all non-feather sexable Coturnix quail. So these would be Graufies, these would be Scarlets, Rosettas, Tibetans, Pandas, so on and so forth. If you want to know more about colors, you can go to our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, go to the playlist, and we have a playlist called All About the Colors. We're breaking down every color, what they look like, how to sex them, average production rate, average weight, average egg size, all that, so you can check that out as well. But with the teens, we do straight runs, because they're 3 weeks old, so you can't sex them yet because they're not feather sexable. And then we've got a rare teen set, and those would include, our teen set would include whites, it would include Scarlet, Rosetta, Tibetan, not Pansy, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. GPCs, the German pastels, SSCs, the Schofield Silver Collection, and then we have the rare teen mix, which we sell for a little bit more, which are our rare quail, because rare eggs on our website are $1 each, and then standard quail are 60 cents each. So our rare quail would include the Graufi, I don't even know right now, my mind's going blank, pandas, so on and so forth, the rare colors. And it gives you descriptions and stuff on the website. I forget, I've got a list in the barn. But that's how we sell the teens. So we sell them at 3 weeks old and 3 to 4 weeks old. After that, either we use them for more breeders or they go to falconry or reptile, and that's it. We don't keep them until they're 6 to 8. They are called point of lay, but the straight runs, you don't know if they're male or female, so they are cheaper. Now, if the customer wants guaranteed hens or guaranteed breeder set, then that's our next topic, and that is breeders. So again, we sell the breeder set, which is 5 hens to 1 male, which is the ratio that we recommend. We also have an all-female set, which is just 6 hens. So if they just want the eating eggs, they don't have to get the male. They'll still produce just fine. Or we have an all-male set. I'm gonna break down each one and why and what kind of customer base you're looking for. Also, I forgot, the teen set is kind of the step above the chicks. So like I said, some customers for the chicks, they don't want to invest into an incubator until they're for sure they want to do this, or they're not comfortable with it, or whatever the case may be. Teens are the next step up, so they don't want to worry about the heat lamp or the chicks. They want fully feathered quail where they feel much more comfortable with, which is fine. Everybody's a little bit different. So with breeders, like I've said, breeder sets 5 to 1, and that is to help them get started. We sell these at 3 weeks as well. Now these would be jumbo wilds, jumbo Egyptians, jumbo white wings, pearls, fab fees, so on and so forth. As obviously you can tell that I love feather sexable quail more than the straight runs, the non-feather sexable quail, but we sell both. So that's to get them started. We sell them at 3 weeks old. Now, the reason we do that is because if we ship these at 3 weeks old, they'll start laying at 6 weeks old, and you've got their entire lifespan to be productive for you. Now, if we ship them at 8 weeks old, then they're not gonna lay for about 2 or 3 weeks because of the stress of the shipping, the change in feed, so on and so forth. So we ship them at 3 weeks because that's the room that we've allocated for that. Again, if we haven't shipped them at 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the weather, then they go into the breeding program or they go into the freezer, or we butcher them for ourselves. So any live quail we ship 3 to 4 weeks. After that, they're cut off, they're used for something else. That eliminates a lot of space so that you don't have to worry about it. And that's a great way to sell the live birds, and whatever you don't sell, you can start increasing your production if need be. So that's why we sell the breeder sets. Again, those are for people that are just starting out and they want to get going and they're super excited about it. The all-female set is pretty much the same thing, but they're not trying to breed, they just want eating eggs for themselves, so we offer an all-female set. Now, you might ask, why do we sell an all-male set? It's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Well, we do that for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of people like to try the meat before they invest in a cage or a brooder or an incubator or whatever the case may be. So we send them males that, excuse me, we send them males that they can butcher. These are usually around 6 weeks old. We do keep those for a little bit longer because people do buy them for butchered quail. They're $3 a piece, so they're not very expensive, and they can try the meat out. Another reason is for dog training. We ship quite a bit of males for dog training around the US. So that's another reason why we do male sets. And then we also do male sets for introducing new blood to your existing flock. That's a great way to keep your hens going, but to add new blood, and then you're not inbreeding, and you don't have to worry about it. So those are the 3 big reasons why we sell the male sets. We do that locally and we ship them. Shipping is a pain. I'd prefer not to do it, but I do think that it is a good service to do for our customer base and helps a ton of people get involved that don't have an incubator and want to start, whatever the case may be. So that's why we ship. It is profitable, yes, and we are known for that, and that's good, but it is a huge pain to get them ready for shipping. We have to plan 3 to 4 days in advance, and you know, we grow cucumbers and we do this and we do that, and but it is profitable and it does help a ton of people out get started. So those are the reasons kind of why. Again, that's kind of the customer base, and you kind of want to be, and when people say, oh, you're a good salesperson, you could sell water to a whale, I don't really like that saying. And the reason for that is because a whale doesn't need water. It has all the water it needs. So it kind of represents kind of like a con artist, right? However, when I say you want to be a chameleon to your customer base, that means you need to understand what their needs are, and you need to be able to provide them what their needs are. So if you're talking to someone and they're wanting to get into quail and they're interested, you need to find out where their level is at. Are they very insecure? Are they very timid? Well, if that's the case, they might want to go with teens or a breeder set. If they've got some experience with chickens or incubating in the past, well, then chicks might be the case. They'll be able to let you know, but you've got to be able to listen and find out where they're comfortable with, because you want to set them up for success and not failure, because their failure is your failure as well, which is why we guarantee a 50% hatch rate on shipped eggs. And that's why we guarantee all of our live quail that we ship alive, happy and healthy, because your failure when you purchase from our website or wherever you purchase from is our failure. And we want to make sure that we succeed, which means we work extra hard to make sure you succeed. It's really that simple. And again, it goes back to the mindset in the first couple of videos that I really think is the core of why we have been successful, other than you guys have been so supportive and helpful. So that's live quail. I know this again was a very long video, but I really wanted to dive into it and help you on your process. As far as prices go, again, I talked about the chicks, the teens and the breeders. Number one, you need to do a price point or an expense report as far as how much you're spending and how much you've invested to get your money back. Obviously, you want to pay yourself for your time. We will get into that in just a few episodes. But again, you want to find out what your market is selling for. You really don't want to sell on price. I think it's the worst mistake that anyone does in any business at all. You don't want to be known as the cheap person, right? So if people are selling in your market chicks for $5, then you sell them for $5, unless they're cheap. If they're selling teens or breeders, I know one person that sells hens for $15. More power to them. That's a lot. That's a lot of profit, which is fine. That's fine. You're in the business to make some money. I don't want to do that, but you have to make your own decisions. You have to find out what your market will allow and what you need. And you need to make sure you pay for your time. That is the best advice I can give you as far as price point goes. Now, when you're selling live quail, you have to make sure that you have a breeding program, and you have to make sure that your quality is next to none. You cannot just throw birds together and sell what you've got. You've got to have quality. You've got to sell on quality. Do not undercut the price. I read recently, this week actually, I read a book that Jenna got me, and it's titled Quail for Profit. She's like, I thought since you're doing a playlist, and I said, oh, okay, well, I read it. A lot of mistakes in that. And there was not one thing I agreed with in that entire book. Multiple things. So, long story short, have quality. Don't undercut your competitors in your area, and make sure that you take the time to know and understand what your customer needs and provide that to them, whether it's chicks, eggs, teens, breeders, rare quail, jumbos, whatever the case may be. As far as teens go, they tend to like the colors, a mix of colors. As far as the breeders go, you're leaning more towards the jumbo wilds. So again, it kind of depends. Typically you want to have both, have a mix of colors for chicks and teens, also have some jumbo wilds or jumbo white wings or jumbo Egyptians or jumbo whites, and have those that you could sell as chicks if you wanted. You could also sell as teens. I don't really know why you would sell them as teens, because you can feather sex them at 3 weeks old, but you could if you wanted to. I know some people do. But they're feather sexable except for the whites, and you can sell them right away for jumbos, and you can have different price points. So you got to look into your own market for that. I hope that that helped. If you have questions, I will be live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm, for a live Q&A. Again, that is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have questions about the Quail for Profit playlist, if you have questions about raising quail, housing quail, what information your customers will need, whatever questions you have, whatever the case may be, I will be happy to help you every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on our YouTube channel, Myshire Farm. I hope that that helped. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for staying so long. I know this was another long video, but I think that this should give you a lot of information to be successful and be profitable in the wonderful world of quail. Until next time, stay safe. We'll see you. Thanks.